Hello everyone, thank you for watching my channel. In this video, I'll be sharing the sample answer that I have made for this IELTS Speaking Part 2 topic. It's about something you do that can help you concentrate on work or study. You should say what it is, how it helps you concentrate when you do it, and explain how you feel about it. I've highlighted the words that you can use. Please read along with me and do some shadowing, okay? Let's begin. I'd like to talk about something that I do to help me focus on my studies, and it's turning off my cell phone. If I'm not mistaken, I started doing this habit when I was in high school. During that time, I was preparing for my final exam. At first, it was a pain in the neck because I'm always glued to my phone. I would always check my phone and spend most of my time surfing the internet. However, as time went by, I was able to adjust, and I can say that it definitely helps me in improving my concentration. I guess it was fine because using a smartphone is not always rainbows and butterflies anyway. I mean, I tend to sleep late and I get exhausted the next day. Nowadays, when I need to study or I have some deadlines to beat, I try to switch my phone off. And I think it's extremely helpful because of many reasons. First off, I can't hear the notification sounds anymore. In the past, I was always curious, so I can't help but check my phone. However, since I started turning off my phone, I no longer need to hear the sounds and I can focus more. I can turn my attention to what I need to do. Aside from that, when I'm reading something, I can absorb the information well, and I think it's extremely beneficial because I can study productively and efficiently. Honestly speaking, I'm happy as a clam, and it's mainly because this method is so effective. And I think that would be all. Thanks for listening. Alright, let's review the useful expressions that I have made for the sample answer. If I'm not mistaken, or as far as I can recall, you can use these expressions when you are talking about the past. For example, the question is, did you have a lot of toys when you were a kid? So instead of answering directly, no, I didn't have a lot of toys. Yes, I had a lot of toys. So that would be very simple. It's okay if you only need to get 6 and below. But if your target is 7 and above, I would recommend that you use this. So for example, you can say, well, as far as I can recall, I did have a lot of toys when I was a kid. So somehow, it can make your answer more impressive, and yeah, after all, the examiner will not ask you anyway. He or she will not verify whether you really had a lot of toys when you were a kid or not. So this is just to impress the examiner, and of course to get a good score on your vocabulary. Now, a pain in the neck, this is an idiomatic expression which means very difficult. For example, living abroad is a pain in the neck. Alright, so living abroad alone is a pain in the neck. So it means it's difficult. But instead of saying it's very difficult, you can say this one, it's a pain in the neck. Idioms are technically required for you to get 7 and above. Always glued to my phone. So when you're always glued to your phone, meaning you're just always using your phone all day, you're not paying attention to anything else. Using a smartphone is not always rainbows and butterflies, so this is another idiom which just simply means it's not always beautiful or good. For example, marriage is not always rainbows and butterflies. Alright, so deadlines to beat, extremely helpful. Instead of saying very helpful, you can say extremely helpful. Instead of saying firstly, you can say first off. Now, these are good adjectives, productively and efficiently. Another idiom, I'm happy as a clam, which just simply means I'm very happy. Alright? Now, let's move on to part 3. Read along with me, do some shadowing. Let's begin. Why is it more difficult for children to concentrate nowadays than in the past? Well, I guess it's mainly because there's so many distractions these days. Most kids have their own electronic devices such as smartphones or tablets which affects their ability to concentrate. It even affects their behaviors because when you take their phones away from them, they'd get restless and annoyed. On the other hand, kids in the past didn't have modern gadgets and they could focus easily on what they were doing. I guess those are the reasons. Next question. Do you think technology will harm children's ability to concentrate? Absolutely, yes. I believe that technology is harmful to children's concentration. In fact, various research says that kids exhibit anxiety and depression if they regularly use the internet and smartphones. They easily get distracted and it's hard for them to focus for a longer period of time. That's why kids who have ADHD or hyperactive disorder should not play with smartphones for a long time. What kinds of jobs require high concentration at work? Well, I think high concentration is imperative among healthcare employees such as doctors or nurses. They have to focus on performing their tasks, especially when they're doing surgery. If they're not focused, they can commit mistakes and patients could die. Also, machine workers or factory workers should concentrate at work. Otherwise, accidents will happen, like some parts of their body might get hurt or damaged. Last question. Can exercise help people improve concentration? Absolutely, yes. I strongly believe that exercise can improve people's ability to concentrate because it can also improve their physical health. If people are in good condition, they can focus easily. Now, if they're physically weak, concentrating can be tough. Also, physical activities improve our blood flow, which helps our mental skills. That's why I think working out can be effective in improving our well being. Alright, that would be all. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Thank you so much. Stay safe and healthy. Stay COVID free. Bye.